First, this hotel's extraordinary backstory. It was a brothel, a bootlegging operation, and in 1969, in a suite of rooms on the 9th floor, 4 iconoclastic architects drafted the first plans for the World Trade Center. I don't have to tell you there is power in a structure. Whether it is destroyed or resurrected, buildings are sacred spaces. So, our proposal, in its most generic terms, begins with archival photographs and general consideration of circulation. Remove existing plaster, eradicate dropped ceilings, lighting fixtures, strip moldings and trim, replace doors as required, relocate reception and waiting area, bag storage, office, toilet rooms. Farewell faux cornices, rabbit warren of upstairs guest quarters and desecrated lobby. Restore the patterned mosaic. Bring to light the marble columns, the artful integration of limestone and granite, the illuminated clock. Pare it down to the bone, to the original facade, now obscured by Thai Garden, Santori's dry cleaning, and a no-name bodega/bookie joint. And when we're done, when we leave this work behind, we'll know we have raised the dead, in a manner of speaking, by breathing life into this grand old dame, and the effect will be transcendent.
Read it and weep.
All work has to cease?
Temporarily.
Because
the head electrician was checking the outlets, and what can I say?
He saw Jesus in a water stain on the wall to the right of the reception desk.
Mary, as in the Virgin.
Oh boy.
Or to be precise, Our Lady of Guadalupe.
What does Nina say?
Well, she's pretty sure it has something to do with this new solvent they've been using.
Okay, that makes sense. Problem solved.
Except the Archdiocese has to sign off on its authenticity.
You're joking, because some electrician had a vision?
Yeah, there's a whole protocol you have to follow.
It's a water stain, Victor.
Don't shoot the messenger.
Did you see it?
I did.
And?
It's hard to say.
Hard to say?
Well, it could be chemicals or salt, perhaps, air pockets in the original construction. But,
But what?
I don't know. Something that's not there Thursday suddenly appears on Friday. It's weird.
Or maybe it was always there and nobody noticed.
True. Anything is possible, I guess.
In the meantime, we have a deadline. What are we supposed to do?
We wait and pray. That was a joke.
Ha ha. And God said, "Let there be light." And there was light.
Amen.
What do you make of all this?
I never even noticed until they told me.
It's a water stain, by the way.
Okay.
Or they use solvents on the walls.
Right.
Please tell me you don't think it's the Virgin of Guadalupe.
That would be pretty weird. But very cool.
Sorry. I'm a pragmatist. I rely on empirical evidence.
Still, you have to admit it's weird.
Are you and Victor in cahoots? That's exactly what he said.
Who's Victor?
Forget it. What's with the fancy rope?
Oh, apparently there was too much touching. That contractor said to me.
Marty.
Lady with big glasses.
Nina, head of historic preservation.
Right. She flipped out on me. Something about detected residue and dirt from too many fingerprints. She said it damages the art.
Oh, so now it's been elevated to art. That's so Nina.
Good thing I didn't tell her about the nuns who drove down from Springfield. She would have gone ballistic.
Nuns from Springfield.
Yep.
Well, Nina and the Catholic Church can kiss my ass.
Even as we speak, there is a tour bus coming all the way from Toledo.
Stop, you're killing me.
Toledo as in Ohio? We're freaking famous.
Awesome.
Ooh, sorry about that. I try to keep up. It's mostly coffee cups from the Starbucks next door. But I did find a dirty diaper in one of the planters, so. Can I ask you a question?
Shoot.
So, in your expert opinion, assuming it is water, I'm wondering, why doesn't it evaporate?
Poor patching. Or it could be chemicals, salt, air pockets in the original construction. I'm sensing a little kernel of doubt.
Oh, you're the expert. I'm just the dude behind the desk. But it doesn't go away, which is weird, in my opinion, which means nothing, except it's weird.
So you think it might be something?
No, but you never know.
Go on. I challenge you. Make me a believer.
Sorry.
Convince me that this water stain or salt deposit or whatever the fuck it is the Virgin of Guadalupe. I'm listening.
Well, it looks like it's crying.
Condensation! Jesus.
Right, it's just a theory, and not mine necessarily, but you asked me to convince you, so.
Sorry. I think I'm losing my mind. Am I dreaming, or is her robe looking a little wider?
There's a lot of weirdness out there.
Spooky.
Not spooky, but definitely weird.
You have my rapt attention.
Okay, so take the Grand Canyon, for instance. It's insane. It's like you're looking into a whole other universe. We went there when I was 8, and I still dream about it. And don't get me started on black holes, which are insane. I mean, the smallest ones are called primordial black holes. But you probably already knew that.
Nope.
They're as small as an atom, but have the mass of a mountain. A mountain! That's the kind of shit that makes me wonder. You know what I mean?
Sure. Except, I have a hard time wondering when things are quantifiable, as in the Ice Age, tectonic plates. I deal in mortar, I-beams. Which isn't to say I can't appreciate the aesthetics of the Grand Canyon.
Have you ever gone? You should definitely go. I am telling you, it's wild.
From this angle, she could be a penguin.
Or an ice cream cone. You know what's really weird when you think about it?
What?
To you, she looks like a penguin. And to me, an ice cream cone.
The moral of the story is everybody sees what they want to see. I ran into one of the tenants today on the 12th floor. This guy was ancient, totally bent over.
There's 5 of them left, I think. A critical mass went for the buyout. I used to think everybody had a price.
Not him. And why should he? A rent-stabilized apartment in a renovated building? He looked at me with pure hatred, by the way.
You're too sensitive.
When we got in the elevator, he informed me that he's lived here for 70 years and that according to the tenant contract, workers have to use the elevator on the east wing.
Well, this is true. Oh, I'm sorry. I thought you knew that.
He actually wouldn't push the button until I got out, like I was contaminating it.
70 years in this building. Geez, they're going to have to carry him out feet first.
I wonder how many people have dropped dead in this piece of real estate.
Many?
Hundreds? Thousands? I bet there are records somewhere.
All those molecules swirling around us, pinging us with invisible final breaths.
I think those molecules would have dissipated by now.
You never know.
Please don't go all metaphysical on me, Victor.
I read somewhere that we're all stardust.
Well, ain't that poetic?
Scientific fact. But this is a building which has a history which may include molecules and apparitions.
Oh, you're serious.
Breathe. In a day or two, everything will settle down.
They're not settling down, Victor. You saw the line out the door and the tent city across the street.
6 tents do not a city make.
This is only the beginning. Just you wait.
I'm pretty sure the mayor's office will issue a variance.
We theoretically open in 1 week, Victor.
And I have never been on a project that didn't have a last-minute snag. Everything will work itself out. We are right on schedule.
For now.
All will be well. I never properly congratulated you, Alice. When you proposed the bar flowing into the lobby, I voiced my doubts, but you were on the money. The continuity is breathtaking. You retained a period integrity and gave it a contemporary flair.
Except for the water stain next to the reception area. Can't Marty just get rid of it?
Too late. With all the foot traffic we have now, can you imagine the negative publicity?
They're sitting on the Eames chairs, by the way.
Who?
The pilgrims. I thought you'd like to know.
Oh, well, that's what the chairs are there for. Might as well break them in.
And they're leaving offerings. Marigolds, letters asking for favors. Every night the guard throws them away, and the following night, there they are again.
Our very own altar.
You think this is funny?
No, not funny, but remarkable. There is something humbling about a belief in something that is so... I guess that's what they mean by blind faith.
Great. Now you drank the Kool-Aid. Why don't we just convert the hotel into a house of worship? At least we'll have some real work to do.
Patience. A, I'm waiting to hear back from the Archdiocese to authenticate. And B, even if they do, which is so infinitesimally unlikely, there's a whole protocol you have to follow. Only bishops have the authority to approve apparitions in their diocese.
How do you know all this?
I'm a lapsed Catholic.
Get out!
No, this stuff is in my DNA. Believe it or not, I used to be an altar boy. 5 lost years of my youth. Oh, and I still remember the dress code of the cassock.
Cossack?
Cassock, the white vestments, and the collared shirt, black socks, black shoes, Docker-style pants.
Isn't that branding?
Read the altar boy handbook.
There's an actual handbook.
Yeah, we even had our very own saint, John something. Patron saint of altar boys. Stop looking so agonized. We just have to wait it out.
Tell that to every crackpot in the tri-state area. Not to mention Toledo.
Do you remember the Jesus and the grilled cheese sandwich?
The one that sold for like $1 million on eBay?
Yeah. And there was also a tortilla somewhere in the Midwest, but I think that disintegrated. I always wondered how they preserved the grilled cheese, being dairy and all. Religion does strange things to people.
How did a nice Jewish girl like me get mixed up in all of this?
You're Jewish?
Culturally speaking.
I didn't know you were Jewish.
I didn't know you were Catholic.
Point taken, but you don't look...
Sorry, Victor. I forgot to sew on my Jewish star before I left for work this morning.
You know me, Alice. I was making idle conversation.
But the implication...
Judaism is a beautiful religion. In fact, and this is something I have rarely shared, but a large part of me has always longed to be Jewish. The way you're encouraged to question customs, biblical text, even the very existence of God. You might be surprised.
Stop! I haven't set foot in a temple since my cousin Sammy's bar mitzvah, and that was almost 20 years ago. My family worshipped Sunday brunch and watching Jeopardy and fighting. We fight all the time.
Well, that's beautiful. So Jewish.
Oh, God, please do not make me the representative of the Jewish people.
Apologies. I never intended to be offensive.
And for your information, Victor, Santa made a pit stop and dropped a few gifts under our miniature tree. Also, I happen to love marshmallow peeps, not to mention Cadbury cream eggs.
What's not to love?
We don't practice. But we never really did. We hid in plain sight, like the Spanish conversos. Buried our faith in the backyard along with the squirrel bones and petrified dog shit and the rusty slinky. But just you wait. All will be revealed. Millennia of blizzards. Seas receding and the drowned city exposing its skyline. Typhoons and earthquakes of monstrous proportion. Befuddled and wayward stegosaurus jaywalking on an undulating 4-lane highway.
Even though I no longer practice my faith, I still consider myself spiritual. Nature, for example, and the soul transcending death. You?
What do you think?
That's what I figured. You're so pragmatic.
You say that like it's a problem.
No, but when you gave your PowerPoint, maybe I missed something.
Like what?
Oh, this is awkward.
Yes?
I wasn't going to mention it. But there was a little blowback.
Excuse me?
Just a little. You spoke about structures as if they were alive. Now, I appreciate the passion, Alice. Don't misunderstand me.
It's more than passion.
The synergy of a skyline, for example.
Okay, go on.
When you reference the Twin Towers.
Uh-huh.
Well, some people felt that you, how should I put this? That you left out the human element.
Oh, for fuck's sake, Victor, I was highlighting the magnitude of structure.
The thousands of lives that were lost.
Surely that was in my subtext.
The presentation of your message was a bit understated.
Listen, Victor, when the towers fell, I was devastated for the loss of life. Of course I was, but also, and I am being honest here, for the brick and mortar, those mangled steel rods and loosened bolts. I felt sorry for the building, guilty as charged.
It's a building. A building has a shelf life. Not counting the pyramids.
Count the pyramids. Walkways, suspension bridges, elevator shafts. Who knows how much human error puts structures at risk?
And people?
Of course, and people. Duh.
Random accidents happen. All the time.
I call it human error. Buildings are so much easier to like than people.
Blasphemous.
Excuse me?
That was a word that someone used.
Context! Intention! Fine. If it will make everybody happy, I will send a group clarification.
Thank you. Thank you. That would be helpful.
I'm sorry. How's that?
Great.
Let the great excavations resume. Let earth movers release the glorious and metallic stench of construction beams and frames and scaffolding. Hallelujah. Here, I find reverence I find wonder. Will somebody please tell me what exactly is it I'm apologizing for? Sorry, I didn't mean to scare you. You want some of my bagel?
No thanks. I packed a turkey sandwich.
Huh. We have to stop meeting like this.
Sorry?
My stopping by every night after work. Never mind. She's irresistible in an anthropological sort of way. You are reading, I will shut up.
Studying for midterms.
You're in college?
Hence this job. Every little bit helps.
Good for you. I think our girl's face has developed a new crack. She's looking a little long in the tooth.
Looks the same to me. Hey, Tony said there were over 400 visitors today.
He keeps count.
Boss's orders. There was a group of kids from a Catholic school in Queens. Holy Rosary. Or something.
Great. School groups.
Tony said they were very well behaved.
Is that so? I want to know what happens when the hotel opens for business. These pilgrims just keep trudging through.
I had an idea, actually.
Yeah?
You're gonna think it's crazy.
Try me.
I was thinking we should open a gift shop.
Because...
The most frequently asked question, where is the gift shop?
Please tell me you're joking.
People love their medallions, but I've heard requests for coin purses, wallets, tokens, t-shirts. I Heart Guadalupe. Think of the revenue.
This isn't a church, it's a hotel.
Picture something tiny, just tucked into the corner. It would hardly take up any space.
Great. And who is going to run this hypothetical gift shop?
I would, if they paid me extra. If you guys decide, just keep me in mind, okay?
Not to worry. You will be first on my list. Fire department will love these.
I never let anybody like them. Not that they don't try. By the way, I stored a bunch of crutches in the utility closet. I hope that's okay.
Fantastic. Now we have miraculous healings.
A few.
Blessed Virgin, restore my grandson's broken femur.
Heal my left lung.
My cracked ribs.
My slipped disc.
Provide me with a day's employment. Deliver my missing daughter to my arms.
Hallelujah! Are you ready for some miraculous news?
Ready.
As of 5 p.m., the church decided not to authenticate the water stain.
No shit.
No shit.
Well, what about the tents across the street?
Eviction notice, signed, sealed, delivered.
Oh, they won't be happy.
They don't have a choice.
I guess my gift shop idea is a bust.
Afraid so.
I just hope the cops are ready for resistance.
I don't think they're overly concerned. What do you think these pilgrims would say if they knew this building used to be a whorehouse? And then it was a bootlegging operation. And here's a fun fact. I bet you didn't know that a team of architects drafted the first plans for the World Trade Center right here in a suite on the 9th floor.
Get the fuck out.
Yeah. Don't worry, I'll make sure you get an invitation to the soft opening.
Thanks. That's really nice of you.
Well, you've been great, really great. You deserve to be on that list.
Is it okay if I bring somebody?
Long as they don't eat or drink too much.
I'll make sure.
That was a joke. It's catered. Eat and drink as much as you want. Take home a doggy bag.
Cool.
So, this is how it ends. Not with a bang, but with a whimper. Please be assured that Nina Brundage and her top-notch crew will follow to the letter the same protocol used to extricate a serpent goddess bas-relief discovered in a vintner cellar several years ago in Corsica. After extrication, our fragment will be transported to the estate of a private collector of religious icons. In truth, its absence leaves a void. Like the layers of sediment that constitute the Grand Canyon, it is now part of the collective memory of this building. Though I still resist, I must conclude that this apparently random appearance has opened even the most pragmatic among us to the possibility that the unexplainable exists. The jogger, taking her evening jaunt around the park, watched carefully by the psychopath crouched in the bushes. The birthday girl and her scooter, out on a maiden voyage, never anticipating the loosening bolt. The cat eyeing a mouse who was nearly hidden by a discarded candy wrapper. The deadly virus that will fell the hardiest among us. The rusty nail that penetrates a shoe. The air conditioner 30 stories above that loses its grip in a particular building at a particular time. And yet, do not discount the $10 bill loosened by the breeze and delivered into the hands of a hungry man. The disappearance and rediscovery of a baby spirited away in the night. The cancer cells that are no longer visible, the healed broken rib, the apprehension of the thugs who were riding Metro North in White Plains and about to assault the widower at knife point. The unexpected and genial phone call between parent and child. The trauma of what we know and what we will never know. The collateral damage of being alive.